Okay, I don't give a shit. Jesus, you fuck. Oh, where the fuck is that? Bitches ain't shit but hoes and tricks. You guys, I tweeted recently that I have that song stuck in my head since like early 2000s, and I'm not joking. Every single day, every day at some point in my head, at least once, if not multiple times, I go, bitches ain't shit but hoes and tricks. I don't know why. I don't even know that whole song. That's all I know from that song. Oh, Jesus Christ, I should get these fucking books. This is the most ill-prepared maybe I've ever been for a video. I swear to God. Well, hello! Welcome back to my channel. Just Shauna here to talk about some friggin' books. Alright, you know the drill. This is the mid-year book freakout tag. We're freaking out about books. Except this year, so far, I have not been freaking out about books. I have been very slumpy the last couple of months. I'm just now like getting out of it though, so that's good. Hopefully the rest of the year will be better. I am 6 books behind on my Goodreads challenge, and I even lowered it from what it was last year, so fuck me, right? But all right, jumping right into the questions. The best book you've read so far in 2019. So my highest rated book so far this year that was not a reread, so I'm not gonna count that, is Age of War by Michael J. Sullivan, the 3rd book in the Legends of the First Empire series. I am really loving this epic high fantasy series. It's my first time reading Michael J. Sullivan. This is the prequel series to the Rhaeria something series. I don't know. This is another series he has. I've never read that, but I've heard really good things about it. And I just picked up this series first and happened to be the prequel. So cool. And yeah, I've just been getting the paperbacks so far, simply because I missed the releases of the hardcovers for those other ones. My neighbors are walking out right now, and I'm just waiting for them to look in here and look at me all weird. Anyway, yeah, so I'm gonna start getting them in hardcover though, because this is one of my favorite series. On my 1 to 10 scale, I rated this like 8.5, yeah, 8.5, which is 4.5 Pushinicorns. And aside from 2 rereads that were higher rated, this has been my highest rated, like, new to me read this year. And this is also the answer for number 2, which is the best sequel that you've read so far in 2019. This is, I mean, it's a sequel. It's the 3rd book, but yeah, this is the best one. Number 3 is new releases you haven't read yet, but you want to. And I wrote down this answer, but I actually did start reading it. That is, is this the top? I took the dust jacket off. The Everlasting Rose by Danielle Clayton. This is book 2 of the Bells series, which I quite enjoyed the first book, The Bells. And yeah, I pre-ordered this, got it, and I just started reading it. I'm like 20-some% of the way through, or 30 or something like that. So yeah, this is going pretty well. I'm enjoying it. I'm not like loving it, but there's nothing wrong with it, and I'm enjoying it. Another one is, this one technically came out last year, I think, and the new one, this is the 2nd book in the series, the 3rd book came out this year, so both of them count, but Armistice by Laura Elena Donnelly. I kind of struggled with Amberlow a little bit, but I did really like it, and I wanted to continue, so I started buying the books. Also, these covers probably didn't help with that decision. Also, the freaking Shattered Realms series. I've read the first 2 books. This one came out last year, and then there's the 4th one that came out this year, and I still need to read this one. Fuck. Number 4 is your most anticipated release for the second half of the year, and I had an answer for this, which I'll still say, but I did not realize until literally today when we were filming for World Hoppers, talking about our least and highest rated, or just our least favorites and our favorites of the year so far. I talked about Age of War, and I was saying how I was kind of bummed because I had found out that these first 3 books, it was originally supposed to just be this trilogy, and that's what the book deal was for, and so Michael J. Sullivan was having to like crowdfund to get the 4th, the 5th, and the 6th book published, so it's going to be a longer series. And I didn't know when the next book was coming out, and I just happened to go on Goodreads, and I saw that there was a cover for the 4th book, and I clicked on it, and I found on Amazon that it's coming out July 9th, and I pre-ordered that shit. So, I'm very excited for that. And then the other one that I did have written down that I'm very excited for also is Children of Virtue and Vengeance by Tomi Adeyemi. I read Children of Blood and Bone, I have it on my shelves, and I quite liked it. There were parts of it that I didn't love, but overall I really enjoyed it, and the ending was like so good for me. I got really hyped, and I'll keep being hyped if what I want to happen happens, of course. If this one character in particular has the development and growth that I think they're gonna have, that's gonna really drive it home for me. Number 5 is your biggest disappointment, and that had to go to Black Leopard Red Wolf, simply because I was very hyped for that. I was very excited. Adult, high fantasy, African folklore. I was here for it, right? Everything about that sounded like fucking cool as hell. And then I got the book, and I just couldn't. I read 50% of it and DNF'd it. It was like an African folktale fever dream, and just wasn't my jam. Had all the potential to be really, really cool, but the writing style, it was just very, very, very stylized and for a specific audience. And I can respect and appreciate what Marlon James did. It couldn't have been easy to write that. Like, there's a level of skill involved with just writing that in that fashion. To me, personally, I think so. But yeah, man, it was a trip. Like, literally, it felt like a trip. Like you're tripping balls on some drugs while you're reading this book. Just like, what is happening? So that was a disappointment for me, just because I was hoping to love it, and then I was like, nah. Number 6 is your biggest surprise of the year, and that has to go to Pride by Ibiza Boy. I picked this up simply because I'd seen it going around. It sounded kind of cool, Pride and Prejudice, like retelling, kind of reimagining. And again, the diversity, I'm here for it, but it doesn't always work out. Sometimes you don't like things, and especially it being contemporary. Y'all know, I don't always like that. I don't often like that, really. But I freaking loved this book. I loved the writing style. I've seen some people not like it, but for me, it was just chef's kiss. I loved it. So yeah, this one was very much a surprise. Number 7 is your favorite new author, whether it's a debut author or new to you. And I had to go with Ibiza Boy. Number 8 is newest fictional crush, and I said nobody, IDK. Because I don't think I have like a crush. Number 9 is your newest favorite fictional character, though, and for that, I have selected Merlin, because I am currently reading The Once and Future King, and I'm just loving it. It's taking me a hot minute. I've been reading it for a bit. Yeah, Merlin, though. Merlin is a trip. And I mean, I've seen, like, The Sword and the Stone and, like, other iterations of the King Arthur tale. So, I mean, I was vaguely familiar with Merlin as a character before, but after reading this, I love Merlin. Merlin's so fun. Number 10 is a book that made you cry. This is a reread, but I'll Give You the Sun by Jandy Nelson. I tabbed it up this time, and yeah, I cried again, even though I knew what the hell was gonna happen. 11 is a book that made you happy, and I actually have to go with both of these, Pride and I'll Give You the Sun. Pride, just, the writing, just there were times where I was just like, oh my God, the writing was literally just giving me like the warm fuzzies, you know? I'm just like, it's like warm fuzzy little feeling. I love it. And then I'll Give You the Sun, it made me cry, but also it's just like so beautiful to me, and I love it, and it makes me happy, you know? Number 12 is the most beautiful book that you've received this year, whether you bought it or it was gifted to you. And I talked about book 2 in this series earlier, so here's book 3, Amnesty by Laura Elena Donnelly. Can we just admire sweet baby Jesus? These are like my favorite. It's like pink, purple, orange, and then this like Art Deco 1920s. Like, I'm so here for it. I really hope I love this series. Number 13 is what books do you need to read by the end of the year? So I talked about a few of them. Fucking Armistice, Amnesty, The Shattered Realm, like all these books. I mean, The Everlasting Rose, but I'm into that one. Mockingjay. 14 is your favorite book community member. And I'm not gonna pick just one person. Like, get out of here. No. Cop out answer. I don't give a fuck. All right, that is all. As always, thank you so much for your time, you guys. Hope that you are all having a good reading year thus far and have not slumped out like I have the last few months. But again, it's picking up. It's picking back up. A recent reread that I did, which I'll be talking about in a wrap-up soon. I think this video is going up before the wrap-up. Yeah, that put me back in the game. So, very excited about that. Hope you guys have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for your time. I will talk to you later. Bye-bye.